have to block your schedule for important things, not just primaries, but meetings, new patient appointments, emergencies, whatever it is you have problems getting into your schedule, you want to make sure that you block for those. The second thing you want to do is you want to plan for emergencies, cancellations, and no-shows. We're going to have them. I just did a webinar last night when I was wearing the mustache, and somebody said, well, how am I going to get all my hygiene patients in the schedule when I'm already booked for 6 months in hygiene? I feel, I'm not going to guarantee, I don't want to put that on you, but I feel like we're going to have a lot of cancellations in hygiene. Even though you're booked solid right now, we're going to have people, and I talked about this last week, we're going to have people who aren't going to be comfortable coming to the dentist yet, don't have the financial means to come back to the dentist because they have other priorities. They're going to get busy with work again. They're going to have kids at home and they have to cancel their appointment. They're going to be small business owners and they need to get back to work. So there are going to be cancellations in our schedule and we need to plan for it. We also need to empty out our quick fill and our ASAP list right now. I say this just generally in general anyway, but I would say it even more so right now. Most of the time, our ASAP list or our quick fill list is just a dumping zone where we just put appointments that cancel and nobody really uses it for what it is. It's even worse now because it's been sitting there and not called on and not managed or taken care of for weeks. I suggest you just clean out your quick fill ASAP list, because the idea behind a quick fill ASAP list is to quickly fill or to find ASAP patients to get in as soon as possible. So I suggest you clean it out right now and you just start using it for real about patients who want to come in, people that want to come in sooner than later. So that way, when you do get a last minute cancellation, you can go to this quick fill list and either send a text message or put a phone call out to try to quickly fill the appointment. I also think that you should condense days. I think that, like I said, or consider condensing days or weeks. I'm not saying that you have to. I don't think we're going to open up at 100% capacity. And there's nothing more stressful than getting back to work and then having 3 hours in the middle of the day with no patients in the schedule. So I would suggest if you don't feel like you're going to open up at 100% capacity, maybe consider things like working 5 hours a day instead of 8, maybe working 3 days to start instead of 4. Or maybe doing split shift. So you have half the team work in the morning and another half of the team work in the afternoon. Because when we go back to work, our team members still have kids at home, still have things they have to deal with. So consider being creative right now as we start to ramp back up. The next is discuss all the scenarios of what could happen and make a plan. So I'm trying to bring up discussions for you right now of, have you thought about this? Have you planned for this? That's what I suggest you do with your team. Get together and say, what are all of the things that might happen? Because your office may be different than the office down the street. Your office might be different than my office. You're in a different state. You have different laws. You have different patients work in different locations. So we need to talk about all the scenarios for our office and then make a plan of how we're going to handle that when we open back up. And then I would go ahead and start discussing the rest of the year. Let's just start thinking about, okay, well, we have 7 months potentially to make up for the 2 or 3 months that we lost. How is that going to look for the rest of the year? We know we're going to get busy, hopefully at the end of the year with insurance, especially now, everybody didn't use their insurance and all of that. We typically take a week off between Christmas and New Year. Are we still going to do that? Are we still going to take the Wednesday before Thanksgiving? Are we going to stay closed on Fridays, or when it gets to the end of the year, are we going to open on Fridays? Are we going to consider Saturdays potentially? Like, let's start thinking about a plan so that when this gets rolling, we've planned for the rest of the year, because the hope is that you can make up as much as possible by December. You're probably not going to make it up the first month you open. So let's think about the whole year now and make a plan accordingly.